across the state of Georgia, the partnerships that we have are kind of unique. Sometimes police departments can become a little territorial. We've really tried to maintain that and not allow that to occur.
Yeah, it seems like there's a good relationship, especially downtown in the evenings. The one question I wanted to have, are there any particular challenges with the opening of the health science campus? Are they giving you more police officers?
We were given some more police officers. We were given 10 new positions. We were given some new vehicles in addition to our current fleet. We were given some operational money. The university administration has been very supportive of the police department and always has. Even through these tough budget times, they've done everything to really try to make sure that the police department didn't have any type of restrictions when it comes to budget.
Well, the cars always look completely clean. Everybody's so buttoned down. It really looks like a class operation.
Well, at both departments, we were very fortunate in this community to have two good police departments, or what I consider great police departments. But we really want to try to. Most people's expectation of service is what they observe immediately. So we want to make sure when we're getting out and everything we do, we give a good impression, and then we want to be in a situation where we followed up well. My biggest challenge over the years is really trying to get rid of that stereotype where a lot of people see campus police as something different, more of a security, or you hear all types of names from Mickey Mouse to police or whatever. Yeah. And we've grown in those years. I tell people if we answer bomb calls in 23 counties, it's obvious that we're a little different than a security group. Yeah. But you do have those stereotypes. I think a lot of people who have interaction with us from a service standpoint, a lot of times change their viewpoints. They just haven't had that interaction with us. Mm-hmm. Now, if you receive a negative interaction with us, meaning that we've arrested you or give you a citation, sometimes it's easy to continue to have a hard feelings or look at us, not in the most positive way. Yeah. But here again, even with that, I do get some good correspondence from people saying that while they didn't like the fact they were given a ticket or taken to jail, they felt that our people treated them very fairly and were very professional with them. And that's all we can do. That's all I can ask of them.
I had one interaction. A taillight went out, and they followed me all the way down Lumpkin, pulled me over on Washington, and they were just very nice. They gave me a fix-it ticket, very congenial. Question, do you have bike officers?
We do have bicycle officers, and we do have motor units, too. We have motorcycles. Our motorcycles concentrate on traffic enforcement on the main campus in those high-density areas where it's hard to have vehicles sit and watch, for pedestrian crosswalks, some of our really congested areas. And then our bicycles, we concentrate them mainly in the areas where we can't get the vehicular patrols in. They'll try to be in housing areas or through the North Campus, just kind of wherever we feel that we just can't get the visibility of the police with a vehicle.
Is it your intention to have that kind of policing on the new campus?
Well, we leave those resource options to the shift commanders for the certain teams, and they we empower them to make those decisions for where they want to dedicate their resources that day. So it's up to that shift lieutenant if he wants to put some bicycles in that area, and it would all be determined what was going on. A lot of how they patrol the campus and set up zones is going to be based on problems that we're seeing. We want a general presence out there to be as seen as frequently as possible overall, because we operate and we have stacks to back this up. The bad guy who's trying to victimize the student or break into a car, whatever, he or she is looking for the police just as much as we're looking for them. So we try to find ways to be very visible, and then we find ways to also supplement those vehicle patrols. And it may be that we do some plainclothes stuff where they're walking in plainclothes, or we put them in a car that's not a police car, some way. And here again, we've had great success with that. But we leave the dedicate resources up to the lieutenants.
And so the neighbors around that area can expect to see increased UGA presence as students start to dominate.
If you live in the health science campus, you've probably already noticed a pickup in UGA police officers over there, because we've had the property since the first of the year.
Well, I've certainly noticed. That's what this is all about. I noticed more vehicles over there. Another question I had, if I can remember it, with regard to the fencing over there, and I'm sure you're probably in the know in some way, but 3-4 years ago, if you jumped that fence, you would have likely been shot or tackled or something.
Right.
Now the fences are down here and there, and the porosity that they call being able to be on campus. I can walk over to North Campus right now after going to Taco Stand and hang out, throw the Frisbee. Will I be able to do that over at the health science campus
eventually?
What is the time frame on that?
You're probably looking sometime after midsummer. This fall, we'll see a big upswing in the amount of people that are over on that camp. As far as we already have a number of people starting to move in and live there, but when our population numbers hit a little higher, then the campus will become a lot more open. One of our biggest fears is that in the beginning that it was so desolate that it just made for prime opportunity for metal thefts and things like that. So we kept it kind of restricted access. And we have a little more open access, which started at the beginning of the year, between 8 and 5, because the new daycare is open up over there and all. But, after hours, the campus is pretty much shut down. Gates are shut, and we don't allow access until the next morning unless you have a reason to be there. But, I would predict by this fall, all the gates, every single gate over there, those will be open. Some of that fencing will stay in place for a number of reasons, but the gates, all the streets will be passable. It'll be much more open to the community than it's ever has been.
Mm-hmm. And you had mentioned that there are people living over there, so you're intending to use dorm space over there?
The housing over there, the true residential housing, is already starting to be occupied.
By whom?
You'd have to talk to housing. I know there were some visiting faculty, and I know there were some grad assistant types. So it's not the true freshmen, but they are, they are university related people.
Good. And then it looks like the professors are starting to move in, and the staff.
Right.
But the classes haven't quite moved in yet.
No, you won't see any classes. I think until this summer, there's going to be some classes starting this summer.
Okay. Well, great. I think that about does it. I really appreciate your time, your effort, and all 90 of you looking out for us.
No problem. And it was a 3-year plan to occupy that property. So we're getting close to the end of the first year. But man, after year 2, it'll be hustle bustle. There are people who really have noticed the impact with the students coming and going. There'll be a UGA bus route that goes through there to the main campus. So
it's going to be busy. We're going to need to slow down Prince Avenue somehow. That's probably the next hurdle.
Well, maybe all the police ride back and forth will help with that.
Maybe. But once again, Chief Jimmy Williamson, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Appreciate it. Good to see you.
You're very welcome.